on.
News with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And good Monday morning to you, and thank you for joining us. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And we got a lot to get to this morning, but we want to start with a check of the Storm Tracker 2 forecast. And boy, what a difference a few days makes, a few hours, I guess, on Saturday. It just kept, or Friday night into Saturday, just kept snowing and snowing and snowing, and then beautiful yesterday. So it's a mixed bag.
It was weird because you're thinking in wintertime we'll get those snowy conditions and then we'll have like a nice day to go out and do winter activities, and it's surprising to believe it's the mid to late March we're seeing that. So I was thinking yesterday, driving through with all the snow on the ground, like, oh, great weather for winter activities. I heard snowmobilers outside enjoying the snow we have seen.
Finally
seen, yeah. And this morning, it's chilly. And today we're expecting a bit of the more spring-like weather to return. It's currently 17 in Rome, but we will quickly warm up into the 30s and eventually 40s by this afternoon. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, a live radar. All is quiet and dry this morning. And for today, we're tracking plenty of sunshine, beautiful weather, with highs in the low to mid 40s. We've got warmer weather on tap for the next few days with a chance for some spotty rain showers midweek. We'll talk about that, plus what to expect for the remainder of the work week straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Well, the snow turned tragic in the North Country over the weekend. One man is dead after a snowmobile crash in Big Moose Saturday night. According to Town of Webb Police, Michael Volino of Millbrook was snowmobiling on Big Moose Road when he lost control and struck a railroad crossing sign. Volino was pronounced dead at the scene. The crash remains under investigation. New this morning, Israel and Hamas could soon swap hostages and prisoners.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. Time now for your Munson Commute Cast as we prepare you for your drive to and from work today. Starting out, a look at those drive times from I-90 east and west, the arterial. The roads are dry, weather is clear, expected to remain clear for the entire day today. So you can see that these drive times are looking pretty average. Nothing out of the ordinary, no accidents to report from all the way in the northern United County region to parts of Otsego County. And lastly, 790 to Remsen as you head north, 16-minute drive time. So again, heading to work today, maybe some frost on your windshield. It's a bit chilly out there, so bundle up, but it's looking dry. Temperatures climbing into the 30s and eventually the 40s with still sunshine by your evening commute. So, of course, keep those sunglasses handy. We're tracking warmer weather over the next few days. We'll talk about that straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Cherry blossom fever continues in the nation.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. As we start out this morning, temperatures are a bit chilly out there, but we do quickly warm up into the 30s and eventually 40s by this afternoon. Here's a live look on our Cavie Tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. It's still a little bit breezy up here atop Smith Hill, but overall it's looking pretty quiet after a very snowy weekend. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, a live radar. All is quiet, and we're expected to remain quiet for the entire day today. Now, again, it is chilly, but we warm up into the low to mid 40s for this afternoon. In fact, right around average for this time of year, feeling a lot more like late March as we usually have seen in years past. Factoring in some of these winds, it will feel a little cooler with highs feeling like the upper 30s, but that sunshine will be more than welcome today as expected across the board from sunrise to sunset. Factoring in this past week's past snowfall along with this past weekend snowfall, we're up to 48.5 inches of snow to date, but right around this time of year, we're usually up to 94.4. So even with all that snow, we're still 45.5 inches below average. Even having multiple winter storms like that will not even put us anywhere close to reaching or going above our season average at this point. But to our Skycast for today, we're talking about a chilly start. Watch out for some icy spots where that sunshine has melted some of that snow yesterday. I know my sidewalk this morning was very icy. I had to put out some rock salt early this morning. This afternoon, we do warm up, though, into the low to mid 40s with plenty of sunshine, a southeasterly wind. And then tonight, overnight lows will fall right back down below freezing. So again, watch out for some icy spots. As we head into tomorrow, a sunny start with clouds increasing throughout the day with high temperatures climbing even warmer into the upper 40s to low 50s. Still looking dry for the most part. And then as we head into Tuesday night, a cold front moves over our area, but it starts to weaken a little bit. It lacks a little bit of moisture, so we're talking about maybe a few spotty showers on Wednesday. But Wednesday's looking pretty warm itself with highs in the mid to upper 40s. Again, just dodging a chance for a few rain showers there that day. Over the next 12 hours, you can see highs approaching the upper 40s, at least upper 30s to low 40s. Then tonight, we cool down below freezing with still looking at clear skies. Your 7-day forecast, a little warmer for tomorrow, 56 for the high Wednesday, feeling a lot more like spring. We cool down a little bit Thursday and Friday, but as of now, compared to last week, we aren't looking at anything notable regarding snow, wintry weather at this point over the next 7 or so days. So it looks like we're in a quiet stretch.
We can handle.
Yeah, we can handle a quiet stretch.
You know, I think I want to underscore one point you made about because it's going to get below freezing again tonight. And it's going to be in the 40s today, so you're going to have one, not really a quick melt, but it's going to be a consistent melt, yes. And then we'll freeze. So watch out for those, not a flash freeze, not to be that widespread, but just be careful about that because this is that time of year where it'll do it quickly.
Yeah, and my sidewalk this morning was very icy, so just a heads up for that.
Yeah, you're going to see that. And then it looks like, if you look at that 7-day, it doesn't really get below freezing again until later on in the week. So some of the snow is going to melt. And you mentioned snowmobilers a lot, you know, check before you go to make sure the trails are open. A lot of snowmobile clubs close their trails because they, you know, thought winter was over.
And then here comes the snow.
Then here comes the snow. So just be careful about that. All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, the time now is 5:20, still ahead on Sunrise after an appearance.
News with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And excuse me for that. Thank you for joining us. I thought my mic might have been clipped, but I was wrong. I'm Steve McMurray. If you couldn't tell by that cough, that was me.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
So let's start this half hour with a check of the forecast. Chilly this morning, downright cold. When I was driving in, my thermometer was in the upper teens, so it was pretty chilly.
Yeah, pretty chilly. Over the weekend, we actually matched a record low of 2 degrees on top of, I think, beating the record of most snowfall in one day on March 23rd. Yeah. So 2 records either matched or broken over the weekend, feeling really atypical. This morning, it's chilly. Not record-setting. In fact, look at those temperatures across the area in the teens. 20-some spots out in western New York. Currently 17, though, in Rome. 3 degrees up in Saranac Lake. 12 down in Hamilton and Madison County. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, a live radar. Everything was looking quiet this morning. And for today, expect plenty of sunshine. Similar to yesterday, although a little warmer with highs in the upper 30s to as high as the mid-40s. We're tracking warmer weather as we approach the middle of the work week with a chance for some rain showers during that time frame as well, plus what to expect for the rest of the first full week of spring and that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast.
Welcome back. On this Monday morning, it's time to showcase our first weather photo of this work week. And again, as I mentioned last week, I'm going to showcase some beautiful bird pictures submitted to us on our website, wktv.com/weather/pics. This one sent in by a familiar submitter, Judy Z, from a woodpecker in Little Falls, a red-bellied woodpecker. And you can see here, a beautiful shot. Some birds we haven't gotten yet. If you are an amateur photographer, a professional photographer, you want to submit a photo of this one. For example, chickadees, we haven't seen a whole lot of those. And eventually, as we get into the warmer season, some finches. Those are beautiful birds as well. A live look at those current temperatures. It's still a bit chilly out there. 9 Little Falls in the single digits, 19 Whitesboro, 13 Inlet, 14 Lake Pleasant, 15 in Cooperstown. And those temperatures, even though it's chilly this morning, are looking much more like spring over the next 5 or so days. Tuesday, high 51. Wednesday, high 56. A little cooler Thursday and Friday. Then we're back into the 50s by Saturday. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Well, winter is nowhere close.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. After a very snowy Saturday and a very sunny Sunday, we are continuing the sunny trend with more sunshine today, but a little bit warmer as well. It's a chilly start, though. A live look in downtown Cooperstown right now. It is currently 15 very chilly degrees. There is some ice from some of that snow that melted with the sunshine yesterday. Just a heads up for that if you're walking on sidewalks, especially untreated sidewalks. But the main roads, they are treated, so the roads don't look to be too icy. But again, driveways, sidewalks, and in some cases, parking lots. A live look, the Earthful Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Looking at entirely quiet conditions all across central New York this morning. And those temperatures, although very chilly, will quickly climb into the 30s and eventually 40s by this afternoon. Normal high this time of year is around 46 degrees, so this will feel a lot more like a typical late March day. But what will be atypical is the plenty of sunshine we'll be seeing. Usually March is pretty cloudy, but today, nothing but sun. With all the snow we saw on Saturday, at least Friday night into Saturday, and then with some chance for snow last week, the snowfall today is now up to 48.5 inches. But on average, this time of year, we're up to 94.4 inches. So even with all that snow we saw over the weekend, look at how far of a departure we still are this season. Even though it's technically spring now, the snow season doesn't really end until at least late April. But you can see here, after multiple storms similar to this past weekend, we still are not likely to go anywhere near breaking this deficit here locally. Heading to our Skycast, again, it's completely clear out with temperatures very chilly across the area. We warm up into the 40s this afternoon with plenty of sunshine and a southeasterly wind. For tonight, clear skies continue on. Lows will fall back down below freezing, so there is a chance for icy spots again tomorrow morning. Then following that, Tuesday is looking a little warmer, but with a little more clouds in the sky. Clouds move in the afternoon with high temperatures climbing into the upper 40s to low 50s. Then some rain arrives overnight, a few spotty rain showers on Wednesday, but you can see that southern wind surging north, bringing temperatures as high as the mid to upper 50s by Wednesday. Over the next 12 hours, plenty of sun, 40s for the highs tonight. Dropping down into the 20s with completely clear skies, and your 7-day forecast. Warming up by middle of the week with the best chance for rain on Wednesday, lingering clouds Thursday and Friday. So the snow we have seen over the weekend will slowly melt over the next 5 or so days, looking to be almost completely snow-free in the lowest elevations by this coming weekend.
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, now here's a race of a different kind.
News with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a good Monday morning to you. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And we got a lot to get to this morning, but we want to get a check of the Storm Tracker 2 forecast first. And pretty much everybody got blasted with snow on Saturday. Then a pretty nice day yesterday. Chilly this morning, but looks okay after that.
Yeah, that's right. It was cold with sunshine yesterday. We're getting a little warmer, but the sun still sticks around. We've got plenty of sun today. But yes, as you mentioned, it's chilly out there. Look at those current conditions across central New York. It's currently in the teens right now, 19 degrees at Griffiths Rome, 10 in Hamilton, near 0 up in Saranac Lake. And with these cool temperatures, a reminder that some of the snow that melted yesterday could have refrozen on untreated surfaces. So watch out for some icy sidewalks. I know my sidewalk was very icy early this morning. A live look, the Earthful Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All is quiet across central New York, and over the next 12 or so hours, those temperatures do climb into the 30s and eventually 40s with plenty of sunshine, a beautiful mid to late March day. Following today, we are tracking warmer temperatures for tomorrow and Wednesday with a better chance for some spotty rain during the middle of the week. We have a look at that, plus what to expect for the remainder of the work week in detail straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. One man is dead after a snowmobile crash in Big Moose Saturday night. According to Town of Webb Police, Michael Volino of Millbrook, which is Dutchess County, was snowmobiling on Big Moose Road when he lost control and struck a railroad crossing sign. Volino was pronounced dead at the scene. The crash remains under investigation. New this morning, Israel and Hamas could soon swap.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:12. Time to showcase the Munson Commute Cast and talk about your commute to and from work today. Starting out, look at those drive times from I-90 and the arterial. Roads looking dry. It's a bit icy on untreated surfaces, but the main roads, of course, are treated and they are looking okay. Same thing for the roads of 5S and Route 49 from Utica to Mohawk and to Rome. And lastly, a look at Route 28 and Route 12 going north to Remsen. No accidents to report, so those drive times looking pretty average. Right around a 34 to 35-minute drive from I-90 to Cooperstown and back. And heading to work today, bundle up. It's going to be feeling like temperatures in the teens, some spots single digits. We warm up, though, into the 30s and 40s by this afternoon with plenty of sunshine. So, of course, keep those sunglasses handy. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Cherry blossom fever continues in the nation's capital.
Central New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. It's been a very wintry weekend and things are shaping up to be still chilly this morning, but we're entering a very spring-like weather pattern over the next 5 or so days. A live look way up in the sky from the GOES satellites. Here's a look at central New York, and we can see two weather patterns, both east and west, but you notice directly over us, it's looking completely quiet. High pressure moving in. I want to move our attention to this out to the east, all these clouds, because as we zoom in to Oneonta in just a second, you'd actually see some of these clouds in the far distance as the camera faces the east. By the way, that sunrise time is currently at 7 a.m. So again, looking out to the east, there are those clouds way out in the distance, but right above us, looking at plenty of sunshine. Currently 19 degrees in Oneonta, and those temperatures will quickly warm up throughout the day with completely dry weather on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Highs approaching the upper 30s to as high as the mid 40s, right around average for this time of year, feeling a lot more like mid to late March we usually see this time of year. Winds will be still a little breezy today, not too bad, but enough to make those feels like temperatures feel a little cooler with feels like conditions in the upper 30s. With all the snow we saw this past weekend and last week, factoring that all in, we're still roughly 48.5 inches of snow to date, which the average this time of year, 94.4. So even with all that snow, we are still under 50 inches of snow behind, at least departure, behind average for this time of year. So again, even if we have multiple snowstorms like the one we saw on the weekend, we are not going to be making up this gigantic deficit. But to the forecast for the near term, we're talking about sunshine for today. Temperatures climbing into the upper 30s to low 40s. And as we head throughout the afternoon, still looking at plenty of sunshine, a southeasterly wind, keeping things a little breezy. Then tonight, lows will fall below freezing once more, so watch out for some icy spots on untreated surfaces like sidewalks, parking lots, driveways. Then by tomorrow, a bit more clouds show up in the sky, but we warm up even more too, with highs in the upper 40s to low 50s. Then we have a better chance for some spotty rain overnight into early Wednesday morning, with warmer temperatures as well, with highs in the mid to upper 50s Wednesday afternoon. Over the next 12 hours, you can see lots of sunshine warming up into the 40s tonight. Lows falling into the 20s with completely clear skies. Your 7-day forecast, feeling a lot more like spring and a lot less snow in the 7-day forecast this week, with highs in the mid-50s Wednesday, still in the 40s Thursday and Friday. So a lot of that snow we saw on Friday night and Saturday is looking to melt throughout this week.
Yeah, and hopefully be a slower melt because you don't want to have any ponding or flooding problems.
Yeah, it should be a pretty gradual melt.
Which is good. But yeah, interesting day on Friday night into Sunday. It just kept snowing and snowing and snowing. I live in the valley. We got about a foot, I think, in Frankfort.
Yeah, in the morning I measured 8 inches in like the Chadwicks, New Hartford area, and then additional 3 or 4 inches throughout the morning. So right around a foot of snow is what a lot of people typically saw.
Yeah, but like you said, we're still so far behind.
Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, be sure to like us on Facebook.
The news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And good morning. Thank you for joining us on this Monday morning. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
So wild wintry weather over the weekend, I should say, but looks more spring-like as we start the week out.
Yeah, we're exiting this surge of winter weather and a return to more typical March weather with temperatures in the 40s for highs today and plenty of sunshine, looking to be beautiful. But it's still very cold this morning. Look at those current conditions across the area. It's clear out there, but in the Mohawk Valley, it's pretty cold. 19 in Rome, 12 in Hamilton, 2 degrees in Saranac Lake. Some other temperatures reported by the Mesonet, 7 in Morrisville in Madison County, 9 in Old Forge, 22 in Brookfield. So a wide range of temperatures early this morning. But what is consistent is the dry weather. It's completely clear and nothing to report on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. And over the next 12 hours, even though it is a bit cold out there, those temperatures do rebound into the 30s and eventually 40s by this afternoon, with even warmer temperatures expected over the next few days. We're tracking that, plus the potential for maybe some rain by the middle of the week, and what to expect for the remainder of the work week in that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, our top story today is...
Welcome back. It's time now to showcase weather photo of the day on this Monday to start out the work week. And last week I mentioned I'm showcasing a lot of spring birds or just birds in general as we are turning the season now. And this one was a great photo submitted by a common submitter, Judy Z. Woodpecker in Little Falls. A beautiful shot right there. Of course, we're accepting submissions for any pictures, at least for the next few days. I'll primarily focus on birds, and then all of you have submitted very great pictures over the past few days. I'll have to include them as well. Once again, if you want to submit a photo like this one, send it to the link on top of your screen, wktv.com/weather/pics. Those temperatures this morning are still a bit chilly. 20 in Whitesboro, 15 Otter Lake, 12 Inlet, 14 Cooperstown, and 23 degrees in Hessville. And over the next 5 or so days, feeling a lot more like spring and a lot less like the last surge of winter we saw over the past few days. Looking at temperatures climbing into the mid-50s by Wednesday, into the 40s by Thursday and Friday, then back into the 50s by this coming Friday. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Well, winter is nowhere close to done with a huge chunk of the country. A blizzard in the Midwest, Vermont and Maine seeing nearly 3 feet of snow. Jesse Kirsch brings us up to date from Minneapolis.
The first weekend of spring, filled with rough weather, is wrapping up with a whiteout. In Williams, Iowa, blowing snowmaking for hazardous driving today, as parts of the plains brace for blizzard conditions into the night. 2 inches of snow per hour, paired with powerful winds. And Minnesota's Twin Cities could see half a foot of snow by Tuesday.
This doesn't make you flinch at all?
No, absolutely not crazy at all. It feels good. My dog loves it.
Snow also a welcome sight at Palisades Tahoe, the California resort getting 27 fresh inches since Friday. Meanwhile, severe weather threatens the south through Tuesday across multiple states, bringing the possibility of hail, tornadoes, and flash flooding. Parts of the Northeast digging out from over 2 feet of snow.
I was hoping that this was over for the season.
As New York City braced for high winds Saturday, this uprooted tree landed on a car. Meanwhile, Philadelphia was hit by more than 3 inches of rain on Saturday alone. In nearby Chester, Pennsylvania, authorities say 2 young children playing near a swollen creek slipped on mud and fell into fast-moving water. One was saved, but a 6-year-old girl went missing.
At least let us have closure in finding her.
Officials say their desperate rescue attempt has become a recovery mission.
Regardless of if it were an adult, a strong swimmer, a child, anyone would have had trouble once they fell in those waters.
Once you're in that moving water, it really is near impossible for you to get out.
And that was NBC's Jesse.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Monday after a very winter-like early start to the weekend. Sunshine yesterday. We are warming up today and into the middle of the work week. A live look from the satellite feeds across, at least above New York State. We can see 2 systems, both to the west and to the east, but high pressure building in right in the middle. You can see here the sunrise time, which is currently set for 7 o'clock this morning. Sunset 7:22, and real quick out to the east we can see this cloud barrier right here. We can actually see it from our Oneonta camera facing the east right here, way out in the distance. There are those clouds. It's still a bit chilly out, 18 degrees with that early morning twilight aided by the full moon today. Now the full moon set for the 25th. Of course, from now on the moon will slowly get a little bit less bright. Our sky watchers checking in the teens. 16 in Clinton, 15 with Mike in New Hartford, 13 with Todd out in Westdale, Bill and Sean in the North Country with 14 and 7 degrees. And in the Southern Valley, Stewart and Cooperstown with 15, Gary and Skemus also with 15 degrees, Mark in Milford 16, Scott and Evanston at 12 degrees, and Diane in West Lawrence with 19 degrees. The radar, it's looking quiet, and again, after a very snowy weekend, even with all that snow, we are still 45.5 inches below average for this time of year. Usually we see around 94.4 for typical March 25th snowfall totals. So again, even if we do see multiple snowstorms like we saw over the weekend, we are still not going to cut anywhere close to this huge deficit we've seen this winter, at least for the snow season. It is still spring. It's just shocking to know that the biggest snowstorm of the snow season happened in springtime. But no snowstorms expected over the next few days. In fact, looking at more sunshine and more spring-like weather. Temperatures still chilly this morning, warming up into the 40s by this afternoon with a southeasterly wind and plenty of sunshine. Tonight, lows will fall back down below freezing, so watch out for some icy spots again as that snow will continue to melt. Then tomorrow, a bit more clouds in the sky, but warmer with highs in the upper 40s to low 50s. Then, as we head into Tuesday night, a weakened frontal boundary moves over our area, bringing initially some rain, then spotty rain showers throughout Wednesday as high temperatures climb even warmer into the mid to upper 50s. Over the next 12 hours, you can see lots of sun, 40s for the highs. Tonight, down into the 20s with mostly clear skies. 7-day forecast. Warm the next few days into the mid-50s, upper 50s by Wednesday. Best chance for rain there, but we're looking mostly dry Thursday and Friday into the start of the weekend. Still looking very spring-like with highs in the 40s and 50s.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
I have a lot to get to this morning, but we want to get right to your forecast so you can better plan your day. And chilly start to this morning, but it's going to pick up a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. Highs today in the low to mid 40s. Plenty of sunshine, feeling a lot more like spring after a very winter-like past.
Unspring-like Saturday.
Yeah, very unspring-like Saturday. And a look at those current conditions early this morning. You can see here those temperatures are in the teens and 20s some spots. 21 in Rome, warming up a few degrees. 10 in Hamilton, 3 in Saranac Lake. But you're seeing that sun slowly continue into New York State. Noticing on Rochester, Buffalo, the sun hasn't risen yet because the sunrise is taking place right now. A live look at the radar, looking completely quiet. And here's that sunrise in Oneonta right there from our camera atop Hartwick College. A beautiful shot with the clouds in the far distance and completely clear skies directly overhead. And for today, expect those clear skies to stick around with temperatures quickly climbing into the upper 30s to as high as the mid 40s. Beautiful weather today. Heading in tonight, another chance to falling below freezing, and then even warmer weather expected for Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll talk about that, plus what to expect for the entire work week ahead, straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. One man is dead after a crash in Big Moose Saturday night. According to Town of Webb Police, Michael Volino of Millbrook was snowmobiling on Big Moose Road when he lost control and struck a railroad crossing sign. Volino was pronounced dead on scene. The crash remains under investigation. New this morning, Israel and Hamas could...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Monday after a very snowy Saturday and a not so snowy Sunday. It's turning out to be more spring-like as we head into the next 5 or so days. A nice shot of Oneonta from our camera atop Hartwick College. The snow and frost-covered trees and that strong March sun, which will slowly melt away the snow as we head into the next few days. But still, those temperatures are chilly this morning. 16 degrees with Bob in Clinton, Mike in Hartford 15, Todd out in Westdale with 13 degrees. Bill and Sean in the North Country 14, Old Ford 7 in Inlet, 14 degrees with Jeff in Mohawk, and to the south, Stewart and Cooperstown 15, Scott and Evanston 12 degrees, Diane and West Lawrence 19, Gary and Skevis 15, and Mark in Milford with 16 degrees. The radar is showing completely quiet conditions today, and expect the same throughout the entire morning, afternoon, and evening. And compiling all the snow we saw both over Saturday, Friday night, and the week prior, we have gone up to 48.5 inches to date. But still, notice we are still right around that same amount behind average this time of year. So even if we do see multiple Saturday-like snowstorms, we'll still be well below average for this winter. But heading to our forecast for the next few days, it's feeling a lot less like that last surge of winter and a lot more like what we usually see in late March. Teens start warming up into the 20s, 30s, and eventually 40s by this afternoon with plenty of sunshine and southeasterly wind coming in for most of the day today. Tonight, clear skies, lows will fall back down below freezing, so watch out for icy spots again. There's plenty of snow to melt and untreated surfaces will freeze over. My sidewalk this morning was completely iced over as well, so beware of any slick spots. Following that, though, we warm back up into the 40s and 50s by Tuesday with a bit more clouds in the sky and still that strong southeasterly wind. Not nearly as windy as some days past, but enough to be noticeable. Then here comes that strong south wind on Wednesday, bringing up those temperatures to as high as the mid to upper 50s, dodging a few rain showers as that front moves right over central New York. But again, a recap for today, we're talking about plenty of sunshine and highs in the 40s tonight, falling back down below freezing with completely clear skies. 7-day forecast. Looking pretty mild and spring-like the next few days. High 56 on Wednesday, 40s Thursday and Friday, still looking dry, remaining dry and mild to start at the weekend on Saturday.
Joining us now, and first check of the forecast. Blue skies behind us. Looks like it's going to be a great day. And the temperatures are even starting to ever so slightly tick up.
Yeah, they're easing up a little bit, but of course we can't ignore that plentiful sunshine across the board. Let's take a look at those conditions all across New York State this afternoon. It's up to 37, so we are above freezing. And with that sunshine, of course, you combine those two things, the snow that we did see over the weekend will continue to melt. Keep in mind, though, it's already near 50 out in Buffalo and Rochester at this point, so western New York seeing a surge of warmer weather. And a live look in Cooperstown right now, we are seeing a few people walking out on Main Street as conditions are looking a lot more favorable for outdoor activities. And of course, if you do like the snow, enjoy it while it's still here, because the snow will continue to melt as the days move on. Radar is looking quiet and dry this afternoon, and over the next 12 or so hours, you can see those high temperatures climbing into the low to mid 40s today. Still plenty of sunshine. Clear skies tonight. Lows will fall back down below freezing, creating a concern for some patchy ice to form. Beyond that, though, warmer days ahead. We'll look at that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. New at noon, a Lewis County manufacturing plant.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Monday. We begin the final full week, well, at least the work week of March, with plenty of sunshine. A little chilly out there right now. We will continue to warm up, though, not only for today, but throughout the remainder of the work week. A live look way up in the sky from the GOES satellites. We are looking directly over central New York, and notice we've got two weather systems, both east and west, but directly over the entire New York State region. Nothing but sunshine. And zooming into our camera, looking directly over parts of Oneonta right now, you can see gorgeous blue skies, even the scene of the winter weather. Down in Oneonta, they saw a little bit more of that mixing compared to what we saw here in the Mohawk Valley. Some locations seeing 6, 8 inches of snow, while up here, most locations saw right around a foot, maybe more. Downtown Utica, same story, completely blue skies here locally, and those temperatures climbing into the 30s, 37 degrees, but a gust of 20 miles per hour, keeping things a little chilly at Rome. Feels like 27 at this point. Radar is looking completely dry all across central New York, and we are looking to remain dry for the first few days this work week, today and tomorrow. However, as we turn our attention to chance of rain, that's a different story. As we head into Tuesday night and into early Wednesday, a weak front moves over our area, bringing a chance for spotty rain showers, both early Wednesday morning, lasting a little bit throughout the day Wednesday, but it's going to be warming up, too, during some of these days. Our Skycast, currently in the 30s, warming up into the 40s this afternoon with completely clear skies. Clear skies again tonight, and with the overnight lows falling down into the 20s, watch out for some icy spots with all that snow melt. I know, for example, this morning my sidewalk was very icy, so have some rock salt just handy, and just avoid, or at least make sure that some of those surfaces are treated before you head out early tomorrow morning. Following that, though, it's temporary. We warm back up into the 40s by tomorrow afternoon with a few more clouds in the sky compared to today. Then overnight into early Wednesday, that's when we'll be seeing the next chance of rain showers, but it looks to fall entirely as rain. We've got no chance for snow with this one. In fact, even warmer Wednesday afternoon with highs in the upper 40s to low 50s. So again, this morning we started out right in the teens and 20s, up into the 40s this afternoon. Then tonight we fall right back down into the 20s with mostly clear skies. 7-day forecast. Sunshine today turns to a bit more clouds on Tuesday. Rain arrives a little bit on Wednesday, and we still remain in the 40s for the remainder of the work week. So we are no longer seeing that Arctic chill. Overnight lows falling really cold like we saw over the past few days, and no nor'easters, at least in the horizon, for the next 5 or so days.
All right, that all of the above sounds good. All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, winter is not over yet for millions of Americans. There are blizzard warnings stretching from the Rockies to the Midwest, and nearly a foot of snow is already on the ground, with more on the way. While across the South, there's a threat of even more heavy rain and tornadoes after a weekend washout. Here's NBC's Jesse Kirsch.
Overnight, steady snow and howling winds slamming the plains, with millions of Americans waking up this spring morning to a wintry snow globe.
Feels good.
Yeah, it does feel good outside.
That Sunday storm system not only bringing snow to the Twin Cities, but also spawning at least 4 reported tornadoes, according to the National Weather Service. Kansas and Texas hit at the tail end of a brutal weather weekend. Parts of New York State and New England were blanketed in over 2 feet of snow.
I was hoping that this was over for the season.
As high winds hit New York City Saturday, this uprooted tree toppled over on a car. And Philadelphia was slammed by more than 3 inches of rain on Saturday alone. In nearby Chester, Pennsylvania, authorities say a 6-year-old girl disappeared after slipping on mud and falling into a creek's fast-moving waters. Rescue efforts ended yesterday. On the other side of the country, first responders made this daring rescue Sunday in the fast-moving Los Angeles River. Our station KNBC capturing the dramatic moments on camera. Meanwhile, to the south, severe weather threats continue today. Multiple states bracing for the possibility of hail, flash flooding, and tornadoes through tomorrow. While back in the Twin Cities,
let's enjoy this while we got it and make some snowballs, and
And that was NBC's Jesse Kirsch reporting.
Come out a lack of snow. I mean, it was snowy over the weekend, but now we're talking about plenty of sun. But as a matter of fact, let's talk about how much snow fell and did that really cut into the deficit this season. So the snowfall totals from across central New York range from around 6 inches in Oneonta. Hilltop saw a little more to over a foot of snow in parts of New Hartford and Ilion. And even higher totals again in those hilltop regions. And even with all that snow and some of the lower snowfall events over the past week, we're still only at 48.5 inches to date. We are still 45.5 inches below average this time of year. So even with any additional nor'easter, if we happen to see one over the next month or two, this is likely, or if not, nothing going to be impacting this departure, which is well below average. We're still looking at plenty of sunshine across the local area, and with clear skies today and clear skies tonight, there's a good chance to catch the Starlink satellite train, visible for 4 minutes, 8:06 p.m. Give yourself maybe 5 or 10 minutes breathing room with that, because these satellites are very hard to track and are also variable with brightness. Yesterday they were bright, so hopefully the brightness sticks around. And again, they appear in the west sky and disappear in the southeast sky 40 degrees above the horizon. And you can see here sunshine today, clear skies tonight with lows falling back down below freezing. The potential for an icing again tomorrow morning as the snow continues to melt. But we're looking at warmer temperatures tomorrow and Wednesday. Look at that full forecast is coming up. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. An unexpected twist.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. After a very snowless winter, we have finally seen a snowy start to spring. And with that too, I actually even overheard snowmobiles driving, at least yesterday. Not so much today because the snow will continue to melt. Live look at downtown Utica right now. It's sunny out. It's also above freezing too. Currently at 37 degrees, so that snow will melt. Same thing for the next few days as those temperatures do continue to warm up for Tuesday, Wednesday, and for the remainder of the work week. With the winds though, a wind gust of 20 miles per hour, it feels like 27 out, but that sun definitely makes things feel a little bit warmer. A live look at the radar, things are looking entirely quiet all over central New York this afternoon. Regarding our chance of snow, you're probably wondering with all that snow, well, is there any more following it? Well, not for today and not for tomorrow. In fact, not for pretty much this entire work week. Looking completely dry and snowless except for Wednesday. As you turn our chance of snow to our chance of rain forecast, that rain chance will increase overnight into Wednesday, at least early Wednesday morning, with a few spotty showers lingering throughout Wednesday afternoon. But that looks to be the only real chance of seeing any significant rainfall over the next 5 or so days. So if you want to go and wash off your car from all of that treatment on the roads, well, today is great. Tomorrow's also great too. But again, if you want to let Mother Nature do the job for you, wait till Wednesday. Some of those rain showers will eventually wash off your car. But to our skycast, temperatures climbing into the low to mid 40s this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, a southeasterly wind keeping things a little breezy. Then tonight, overnight lows will fall back down below freezing. Watch out for icy spots on sidewalks, parking lots, and driveways. This morning, my sidewalk was very icy, so definitely have some rock salt handy just in case your location is a bit in an icy spot from all that from that melted snow. As we head into tomorrow, clouds increase a little more compared to today, but it's also a little warmer with highs in the upper 40s to low 50s. Still looking entirely dry. Then here comes a cold front. It weakens a little bit early Wednesday morning, and then we're tracking a few spotty rain showers throughout the day Wednesday, but it's going to be pretty mild with highs in the upper 50s. If we're lucky, we could be reaching the 60-degree mark or more in the lower elevations in areas south of I-90 and Route 20. But following that, things dry up and we also cool down a little bit as we approach Thursday. Over the next 12 hours, you can see here, we started out with temperatures very chilly this morning. We warmed up to around 40 this afternoon, continue to climb into the low to mid 40s for 2 p.m. onwards. Then tonight, we fall down into the 20s. Watch out for some icy spots. Your 7-day forecast. It's looking pretty mild for the next 5 or so days, feeling a lot more like spring. Average temperature this time of year is right around the low 40s, so we're looking back to more March-like weather with no significant weather systems on the near horizon. As you look ahead to this weekend for Saturday and Sunday, still looking mostly dry Saturday. Some rain showers could arrive a little bit on Sunday, but it's still looking pretty mild with highs in the low to mid 40s.
That looks like a pretty good stretch, and I think most of what we saw snow-wise, a lot of it will be gone probably a week from now.
Oh, easily, yes.
So, all right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, at Children's Hospital on Long Island.
Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Looking like a nice day today. We're going to see a lot more melting snow over the next couple of days as temperatures warm up. Let's take a live look in downtown Utica. It was windy, it was cold, but that March sun doing its thing. Lots and lots of melting snow out there this evening. Just be careful tonight because after midnight, temperatures do fall below freezing. So a lot of snow melt will refreeze on untreated surfaces, and that could lead to a few slippery spots first thing tomorrow morning. Live look outside. Again, all is quiet across the region. We're tracking a perfect night to stargaze. There's a lot of interesting things in tonight's sky that we'll be talking about throughout the newscast. One of them, the full moon. Icy spots develop overnight as temperatures fall below freezing. The snow melt ramps up. Temperatures are going to be warming up as we head throughout the week. This evening, clear skies, temperatures fall into the 30s. That wind will continue this evening, but it will diminish as we head into tonight. We're tracking a warmer week ahead. A look at the forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
All right, thank you, Bill. We've started our countdown to the
WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
An outstanding day today. It was cold with the wind, but wow, that sun definitely makes a difference. Let's take a live look outside. You can see the sun doing its thing, melting the snow. The snow melt today picking up compared to where it was yesterday. That's going to ramp up throughout the week as temperatures continue to warm up. Tonight, with clear skies in place, we should have a really great view of the full moon. It's called the full worm moon. It rises at 7:54 and it sets at 7:23 in the morning. And again, conditions are expected to be excellent tonight to be able to see this. We're expecting clear skies throughout tonight. Live look at the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. With temperatures falling below freezing tonight, just be careful on untreated surfaces, sidewalks, driveways, parking lots. We could see some patchy black ice. Now, it's going to take a little while for temperatures to fall below freezing, but I would say after, say, 9, 10 o'clock this evening, just be aware that there could be some icy spots developing, as well as tomorrow morning as you're heading out the door before sunrise. Deansboro, 44 degrees. Otter Lake, 48. Inlet, 48 degrees across southern valleys. Cooperstown, 44. Oneonta with 43. Again, temperatures above freezing. The snow will continue to melt for the next couple of hours. High pressure in control of our weather for now, but this is going to change. Our next weather maker approaches from the west. This is a cold front that will be moving in as we head into Wednesday. Tonight, clear skies. Overnight lows drop down into the 20s, so a pretty chilly start to tomorrow morning, but not as cold as the past several nights. We'll see sunshine early in the day, and then the clouds will shroud the area as we head into the afternoon. 1 p.m. temperatures will be close to 50 degrees across most of the area, and will stay cloudy as we head into the evening time. Temperatures in the 40s by 7 o'clock. Some rain does arrive as we head into tomorrow night, especially Wednesday morning. A few scattered showers around. Doesn't look to be a lot heavy. Temperatures will climb to near almost 60 degrees as we head into Wednesday afternoon as that cold front approaches. Tonight, mostly cloudy, or I should say mostly clear, low temperature of 24. Tomorrow, a beautiful day, sunshine in the morning, and then the clouds will return throughout the afternoon, and it will be warmer. There's still that east wind, just not quite as strong as today, a high of 51. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers on Wednesday, 59 for the high. Some cooler weather to follow Thursday and Friday. Temperatures in the 40s, partly sunny skies. Temperatures over the weekend in the 40s. Easter weekend, I think the snow will be generally gone by that point. We were having some bets in the Weather Center as to, is it going to be a white Easter? Because we had a green Christmas.
Right.
I don't think that's going to be the case, though.
So we're looking at Easter, but also, will there be cloud cover on the eclipse day?
I think we're going to have a better idea for that next week. It's still 2 weeks out. It'll take about another week to start to get our bearings here.
We'll place our bets later. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Bill, thank you.
A children's hospital on Long Island.
Bill Curtis.
We're tracking the snow melt over the next couple of days. A high temperature tomorrow of 51 under mostly cloudy skies means we're going to have a pretty significant snow melt taking place tomorrow. And that will continue throughout the week with temperatures climbing close to 60 on Wednesday. Some cooler weather to follow, temperatures in the 40s Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but still will be above freezing just about each and every day. With the solar eclipse taking place 2 weeks from today, we just wanted to take a look at the timeline here. The eclipse begins just after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The maximum eclipse, the time of totality for areas north of Utica will be around 3:25, and for many areas it lasts between about 2 to 3 minutes. And then as the moon continues its course, the eclipse will be coming to an end by 4:25. It's too early to tell what the cloud cover will look like, but I think we'll have an idea about that later next week, probably towards the end of the week, on how things are trending. We, of course, will continue to keep you updated. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet. Great evening to take the dog out for a walk. Temperatures will be in the upper 30s, so pretty chilly night ahead. Tonight's featured dogs Winston, Wyatt, and Yogi from Utica. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. Tracking some warmer weather ahead. Look at the forecasts coming up. Kristen, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. Winter's not over yet for millions of Americans.
Yeah, there are blizzard warnings stretching from the Rockies to the Midwest, while down south, there's even more of a threat for heavy rain and tornadoes. Jesse Kirsch reports.
Steady snow and howling winds slamming the plains, with millions of Americans waking up this spring morning to a wintry snow globe.
Feels good.
Yeah, it does feel good outside.
That Sunday storm system not only bringing snow to the Twin Cities, but also spawning at least 4 reported tornadoes, according to the National Weather Service. Kansas and Texas hit at the tail end of a brutal weather weekend. Parts of New York State and New England were blanketed in over 2 feet of snow.
I was hoping that this was over for the season.
As high winds hit New York City Saturday, this uprooted tree toppled over on a car. And Philadelphia was slammed by more than 3 inches of rain on Saturday alone. In nearby Chester, Pennsylvania, authorities say a 6-year-old girl disappeared after slipping on mud and falling into a creek's fast-moving waters. Rescue efforts ended yesterday. On the other side of the country, first responders made this daring rescue Sunday in the fast-moving Los Angeles River. Our station KNBC capturing the dramatic moments on camera. Meanwhile, to the south, severe weather threats continue today. Multiple states bracing for the possibility of hail, flash flooding, and tornadoes through tomorrow. While back in the Twin Cities,
let's enjoy this while we got it and make some snowballs, and you know.
Here's what the team is working on for News Channel.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are continuing to track warmer days ahead and lots of melting snow. This is a live look in Old Forge. Temperatures have climbed into the upper 40s here. With clear skies in place, we should have a pretty good viewing of tonight's Starlink satellite train. A lot of folks saw this last night, and we're hoping that we'll be able to see this tonight, although it's really tough with Starlink because of the way that they position the satellites. Sometimes you can't always see them, but if we have some luck tonight, it would fly by at 8:06, visible for 4 minutes. It appears in the west and it disappears in the southeast. It makes a relatively high pass, about 40 degrees above the horizon. The International Space Station will be flying by about 10 minutes later. Look to the north for that. So we'll be able to catch a couple of these things. And on top of that, if you don't have luck with either of those, there's always the full moon, which will be rising just before 8 o'clock this evening. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Skies will remain clear as we head into tonight. Temperatures will fall below freezing later this evening, and that could create a few icy spots out there, especially through tomorrow morning. Watch out on untreated surfaces. Skywatchers checking in. Clinton 43 degrees, Forestport 42, Helen and Cassville 43, Old Forge 48, Fairfield 42, Jeff and Mohawk with 44, Skenevis 45, and West Lawrence, Diane checks in with 48 degrees. High pressure remains in control of our weather for now. This system's going to head to the east, and behind it there's a cold front that will be moving in from the west, and that arrives on Wednesday, and that brings some rain. Tonight, clear skies, overnight lows drop down into the 20s. Sunshine early Tuesday gives way to clouds. Temperatures look to climb to near 50, so more melting snow tomorrow. That east wind, once again, noticeable. It'll be a breezy day. Tomorrow night, some rain showers arrive, especially after midnight. A few rain showers around early Wednesday. We think temperatures may try to make a run towards 60. I think Skycast is a little too bullish on temperatures here, but it all depends on the sunshine. I think it's mostly cloudy throughout Wednesday. Still warmer than Tuesday with high temperatures in the upper 50s. Mostly clear skies tonight, low of 24. Again, watch out for a few icy spots tomorrow morning, but that doesn't last. The sun disappears behind the clouds. Temperatures climb to near 50 in the afternoon. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Rain showers Wednesday, 59. That's part of a cold front. Some cooler weather to follow for Thursday and Friday. Temperatures in the 40s, partly sunny skies. The weekend weather, the Easter weekend weather looks pretty nice. Sunshine Saturday, 45. Chilly for the Easter egg hunt Sunday morning. Temperatures will be in the low 40s. Will be in the upper 40s with partly sunny skies on Monday. We'll be right back.
Tonight at 6 with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
We're getting tons of questions about cloud cover for this event. It's 2 weeks out, and we just can't provide that just yet. But I think we'll have an idea of how this is going to be trending as we head into next week. Let's talk about the weather tonight. Clear skies. Boy, this would be perfect weather if today was the eclipse, right? Sunshine. A little chilly out there, but it was warm enough where the snow has been melting. Clear skies across the region. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Terrific night to stargaze. We have a full moon out, as well as the opportunity to see Starlink and the International Space Station. Both of those will be right around 8 o'clock. We'll have the details on those coming up. Icy spots develop tonight. Watch out on untreated surfaces as overnight lows fall into the 20s. Could be some icy spots through tomorrow morning. And it's all about spring weather. The snow melt is really going to ramp up here over the next couple of days. This evening, clear skies, temperatures in the 30s. Again, tracking some warmer weather ahead. And look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New at 6, Assembly and Senate Republicans, including Assemblyman.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A beautiful day today. It was a little chilly out there, but the sunshine definitely helped. This is live look in downtown Utica. All that melting snow is going to freeze over tonight. Just be careful on untreated surfaces. We'll fall below freezing later this evening. It'll be after about 9 to 10 o'clock for most areas, so this is more of a concern first thing tomorrow morning. With the clear skies in place, we have a couple of things to be on the lookout for. The night sky should be a great night to stargaze. We have the full worm moon. It's called the worm moon because it's the full moon of March. Those worms are buried in snow locally. It'll rise at around 7:54 and sets at just before 7:30 tomorrow morning. We also have Starlink in the sky. This is tricky to see, but a lot of people saw this last night, so we're hoping that we get an encore performance here. This is 8:06, visible for 4 minutes. It appears in the west and disappears in the southeast, and this makes a relatively high pass, so we should see a bunch of fast-moving dots in the sky here. There's also the International Space Station, which passes by at 8:17. You're going to want to look to the northern sky for that. That'll be visible for 5 minutes. And again, with clear skies in place, you should be able to check out all three of these events. Hopefully, Starlink will, again, work out for us. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, looks quiet across the area. Be careful tomorrow morning. Again, some icy spots are possible as temperatures fall below freezing tonight. Sky watchers checking in. Temperatures above freezing. Lots of melting snow today. Clinton 43 degrees, Boonville 46, Old Forge, Bill with 48 degrees, Fairfield 42. Skidivas, Gary checks in with 45, and West Lawrence with 48. High pressure in control of our weather today. That will be replaced by a cold front that moves in from the west. It'll bring us some rain showers on Wednesday. Clear skies tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the 20s. We'll see some sunshine first thing Tuesday, and then the clouds will arrive. A milder day than today, but still breezy. High temperatures in the upper 40s to near 50. The weather remains cloudy tomorrow night with some rain showers arriving as we head into Wednesday. Those showers don't last all day. And in fact, if we get some breaks of sunshine, we might get close to 60 for the high. Mostly clear skies tonight, low of 24 tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies, temperatures near 50 degrees. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Mild on Wednesday, 59. A few showers around, especially in the morning. Cooler weather Thursday and Friday, temperatures in the 40s. The Easter weekend looks pretty nice, a little bit on the cooler side, but again, it is late March. Temperatures in the 40s, looking dry. Partly sunny skies both Saturday and Sunday. Highs in the upper 40s by Monday. We'll be right back.
To the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. How about some moon gazing tonight?
Yeah.
Perfect night for it.
We got clear skies. Yeah, I hear so much online about how we never see anything because it's cloudy.
Here's a perfect night to do that.
We had a lot of interesting things to see. Not only the full moon, some of us saw Starlink, the International Space Station.
They launched that today, right?
Yes, so a lot of neat things in the night sky. The full moon is still out there tonight, though. Here's another picture from one of our viewers. This is Sue Bronson. Gorgeous shot there. Again, holding on to clear skies tonight. And again, you'll be able to see a really nice view of the full moon here throughout the entire night. Clear skies, current temperatures 39 degrees. We're still above freezing. We had a lot of melting snow today. That east wind at 13 miles an hour. It's going to stay pretty breezy here overnight as well as tomorrow. But the weather remains dry. Temperatures drop into the 20s here overnight. It's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet. Watch out for a few icy spots late tonight. Overnight lows are expected to fall into the 20s, so some icy spots first thing in the morning. But again, we're tracking some warmer weather ahead. A look at the forecast coming up. Chase, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Major developments today in former President Donald Trump's legal battles.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Welcome back. We are looking at a nice clear sky this evening. We had a nice view of the full moon, and the weather will stay dry over the next 24 hours. We've got some warmer weather ahead. It's a live look in downtown Utica where things look pretty quiet. Wet roads. We saw temperatures in the 40s today with that strong March sunshine. There's going to be a lot more melting snow here over the next couple of days. Dry conditions on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. As we fall below freezing tonight, keep in mind that we could have some black ice on untreated surfaces. Driveways, sidewalks, parking lots could be very icy first thing in the morning. This doesn't last for very long. By and after sunrise, that's going to melt pretty quickly. But again, a couple of slippery spots to be had here first thing in the morning. 39 degrees at Rome, 36 in Hamilton, clear skies. There's going to be a push of some mild weather moving in from the west as we head into the next 24 hours. The radar and satellite image shows a cold front to the west. That's going to be our next weather maker. A lot of rain out towards St. Louis and Chicago. This front's going to very slowly drift to the east and that will be our weather for Wednesday. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Looking at mostly clear skies. Overnight lows drop down into the 20s. A sunny start to Tuesday, but it doesn't last. We should see cloud cover develop throughout the afternoon. Temperatures will make it to near 50 degrees. The weather remains dry. Tomorrow night, clouds linger around. There will be a cold front that will approach from the west as we head into tomorrow night as well as Wednesday. And that could give us a few showers, especially Wednesday morning. Wednesday afternoon, again, we do get a chance to dry out. Looks warmer Wednesday with temperatures close to 60 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear skies, a low temperature of 24. Tomorrow, sunshine in the morning, cloud cover in the afternoon, still breezy, but again, a lot of melting snow, a high temperature of 51 degrees. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Rain showers Wednesday, 59. This is all part of a cold front that will cool temperatures down into the 40s on Thursday. Mostly cloudy skies. Could see some rain showers east on Thursday. Friday looks dry, 42. The weather over Easter weekend looks pretty nice. A little chilly, but I mean, it is late March. Temperatures in the low
That's
40s.
average temperature for that time of year,
Saturday
too,
and
right?
Sunday. Yeah, pretty close to average.
All right, so we'll take it over the snow we just had.
Not a snowy Easter.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next, President Biden is pushing to lower housing costs, but his first look at the forecast, we bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Gorgeous, a chilly but gorgeous night out there because it's the worm moon.
Yes. You want an explanation?
I kind of do.
The moon is full of worms. No,
that's the easy way out.
It's the name given to the March full moon. And this is the time of the year where the worms start to come out. Of course, they're buried in a foot of snow still. But
Yeah,
in
they're
other
going to have
parts
to
of
wait
the
a couple
country-
minutes. Yeah.
In other parts of the country, this applies. By the way, here's another shot of the full moon. This picture from Sue Bronson. Beautiful shot. And nice to see the clear skies, isn't it? I know we often get a lot of cloud cover and we miss out on some stargazing, but this night was a great night to see that. We also had a lot of great views of Starlink satellites. A lot of people saw the satellite train tonight, as well as the International Space Station. So again, some cool stuff out there. We'll continue to keep you posted as we expect to see more of this in the future. Current temperature 38 degrees, clear skies. That wind from the east will continue tonight. We're dry on New York-Phil Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Watch out tonight for some patchy black ice. The winds become light. That's going to allow for temperatures to drop into the upper 20s. So some icy spots to start out tomorrow morning. But the weather will warm up. We got a lot of melting snow ahead. We'll look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Major developments today in
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A lovely night across central New York. Clear skies, a nice view of the full moon. We're going to hold on to clear skies here heading into tonight. That's going to set the stage for a nice start to the day tomorrow, although it is cooling off pretty quickly out there. This is a live look at the York-Phil Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look pretty quiet. Just a heads up, some black ice is possible overnight as temperatures fall below freezing. We had a lot of melting snow today. Untreated surfaces, driveways, parking lots, sidewalks could be slippery by tomorrow morning. This doesn't last for long. Once the sun comes up, any black ice issues will melt and we'll see improving conditions throughout the day. In fact, tomorrow, we're looking at a pretty substantial snow melt. Even though we're not going to have a lot of sunshine, temperatures are expected to climb to near 50 degrees, and I think we'll start to see some bare spots showing up by the end of the day. 38 degrees, the current temperature at Griffiths and Rome. You can see some warm air starting to work in from the west. You can also tell where areas don't have snow on the ground. They're a lot warmer out towards Buffalo and Rochester. By the way, 26 degrees in Saranac Lake. So we look at the radar and satellite image. A cold front approaches from the west. This is producing rain, a line of rain from Chicago to Memphis. This front does weaken by the time it heads to the east, and it gives us the chance for a few showers here early Wednesday. Tonight, clear skies. Overnight lows drop below freezing. So again, some icy spots first thing tomorrow morning. We should see some sunshine at 7 o'clock in the morning, but then the clouds will be arriving. Temperatures look to make a run towards 50 degrees with an east wind. Tomorrow night, clouds remain. A few light rain showers arrive overnight. Some showers are possible early Wednesday. Some breaks of sunshine in the afternoon. That may help temperatures make a run towards 60 degrees. Some cooler weather to follow in the wake of a cold front. Mostly clear tonight, low of 24. Again, watch out for some icy spots first thing tomorrow morning, but those don't last for long. Look at our high temperature, 51 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers on Wednesday, especially in the morning, a high of 59. Cooler weather Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Temperatures settle back into the 40s. The weather looks dry. Some good news heading towards Easter Sunday. I think the snow will be gone by that point. But a little chilly here for Easter. Of course, it is earlier this year.
True, and just wear your heavier spring jacket.
Yeah.
Because, hey, believe it or not, we're in spring.
I know. Hard to believe.
I know, right? Thanks, Bill. Coming up next,